Here we go. Thank you, Steve, for being part of this interview. Again, wanted to confirm you're okay with me filming you and then showing bits and pieces of this video in class.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. So, Steve, just a quick question. How often do you usually go out for lunch or coffee or any fast food kind of an experience?
Maybe like 4 or 5 times a week.
4 or 5 times a week. Okay. Perfect. So you're definitely a regular and a pro.
Yep.
So I'll ask a few questions around that, essentially, right? So, how often, or I guess, any one or two places that you go or frequent most?
Tim Hortons is probably the most frequent.
Okay, perfect. So we can stick with Tim Hortons. And do you sometimes collect money and orders and become a runner as well?
Yep.
Yeah. Could be the UPS guy. So okay, so you do, eh?
Yeah.
So tell me about the experience. What are the things that are easy and what are things that are difficult?
Easy is if I know your order.
Mhm.
If I don't know your order, then I'm kind of trying to track you down and figure out what you want versus what you don't want.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the main thing.
Yeah. Eh?
And then for those who are sticklers about like giving me money, then I have to make sure that I'm getting the right change and all that kind of stuff.
Interesting. So two questions come to mind. One, how do you take care of the money aspect? Do you just say I'll grab it, you grab it next time, or whatever
That's
they give?
usually the scenario, but then you have a few people who are like they just prefer like always paying for themselves. So I always have to make sure I get exact change for them. And that kind of
Ah, interesting. Do you want to grab the phone? I can pause this.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So if that is the case, then second question would be how often do you run for people in a week or maybe in a month, whichever makes more
in
sense.
a week, maybe like once a week, so like
Okay.
4 or 5 times a month or something.
Okay, interesting. What's your motivation behind it? It's your part of your personality. Let me go grab something or.
Yeah, part of my personality thing.
Yeah.
Everyone wants a coffee.
Yeah.
Every now and then, so. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Any nightmares, any pain points that you're like, I wish this thing wasn't there. Everything else is great.
There's nothing worse than when you get to the cash and then you get that other text message from someone saying, "Well, I want to change my order to this," or
Oh,
"Can
my
you add
Lord.
this?" And you've already
Yeah.
placed your order or something. But
Wow. Yeah, that
that's
is
the
true.
most annoying
That is
thing.
true. And do you sometimes go there and find out that the thing that they want is not there, like ice caps, for example?
Yeah, I mean, between that or they're just not giving you enough details. So like,
Okay.
I want a bagel, but what kind of bagel?
Hmm. Makes sense. And what's your process to keep track of all the orders and making sure you have everything up front?
Usually
Your
it's on my
system.
BlackBerry.
So you just record it on your BlackBerry, and money point wise, you take the money from those who are giving. Are there any who don't? We just have some sort of an understanding that next time this person will grab it for
Usually
you.
it's an understanding, or we just kind of have like ballpark figures that we kind of know how much most things are to him. So
Okay. And have you had any negative experiences in that realm, the financial, monetary realm, or overall you're good?
sometimes you get some people who just either don't pay you back or just don't reciprocate.
Interesting.
But eventually you kind of remove them from your
Yeah.
from your list.
Okay, perfect. Makes sense. That was my last question, really. Before we end it, if pie in the sky thinking, if you had to come up with a way to tweak this process and make it easier and seamless, what would it be, if anything?
That's interesting. For us, it was like we some of us like actually started like a BPM group, so we have like an ongoing group where
Nice.
we kind of have things we just kind of like add our daily orders to. Maybe like an app or something that kind of like organizes like prices and that kind of thing would be nice.
Nice. That's a great idea. And so from an app, what would you like to see? Organizing pricing, organizing taking orders.
Yeah, so order taking.
Way of communication perhaps between people, so you can.
Yeah, maybe you can see like the name of the person who placed the order, what they wanted, and how much it cost, that kind of thing.
Could even keep a tally of perhaps.
A tally of like if you're like a running tab, like say you buy for someone for 2 or 3 days, and then it kind of tallies up. I don't know.
Yeah, how much they owe you, how much you owe them.
Yeah.
Easy for everyone. It's like a scorecard kind of thing almost.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. That's a great idea. Thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Omar.